Hi guys, Halfway Astray here with the astounding bestseller, an old-fashioned thriller diller, ingenious and imaginative, Michael Crichton's Congo? Congo? I grew up in the 90s, so I was a big fan of, Jurassic Park. I remember reading Jurassic Park when I was in high school. Fantastic book, loved it. I think that's what led me to Congo. I think this is probably still a good book, but what I remember of it was feeling a little bit disappointed because it turns out that it's kind of just like these monkey people that are killing everybody, which struck me to be pretty similar to Planet of the Apes. I wonder if I'm remembering that correctly. I didn't think of it as a thriller diller, even at the time. When I read it, I felt like it was, it was interesting. It had some suspenseful elements, but it kind of felt like, I guess, a knockoff of Planet of the Apes a little bit in terms of this group of scientists or whatever that were being beset upon by these monkey people. I think they were monkey people. My goal is not to disparage the books. It's to, share the memories that I have of these books. Now, whether this book stands up to the test of time, I have no idea. I haven't read it since. I read it in high school and I haven't read it since. So I honestly don't know. The odds of me reading it again are very, very low. I don't think I'm ever gonna read Congo again. So, I know that Michael Crichton's a fantastic author. And what I remember about this book primarily is that I had a friend who was also reading this book. There was a guy in my class. Let's wait for this guy to back up. I think he's done. So what I remember specifically about this book is that I was reading this book at the same time as somebody else in my class, and I think his name was Trey. And we would talk about this book, between class or whatever. We would share what we were thinking about it. And in a way, that was kind of like the first little book club that I was in or whatever. It was just me and this one random guy. I wasn't really even like friends with this guy. He was just kind of a classmate. I wasn't enemies, but we weren't tight or anything. He was just a guy, and I happened to notice he was reading it, so we got to talking about it one day. And I remember being struck by how different his experience of this book was for him in the way that we were describing it to each other. And I always thought, it always seemed to me his experience of the book was so much more like it was like a spy thriller or something, which wasn't how I was coming to it. Like, he was making these guesses about this larger story that was happening behind the scenes, that there was going to be some big reveal at the end. I think that's what it was. I think he had been told that there was some big surprise at the end of the book. So all the way through, he was looking for clues of that big surprise. And in my memory of the book, I don't think there ever is a big surprise at the end of the book. Anyway, I came to the end of this book and I felt like, as you do with a lot of books, I think, oh, that was satisfying. That was a satisfying read, or gosh, that was great. But it was also a book that I immediately put down and I never picked it up again. And that was it. It was just kind of the kind of book that I think you just, with a lot of fiction, you enjoy the journey. Maybe it doesn't really make that much of an impact on you. There are a few twists and turns. There's some action and some intrigue. That's it. It's more just like entertainment. So this was a piece of entertainment and it was entertaining. But keeping it now at this point, I've now kept it for 20 years. So that would mean that this piece of entertainment must be so important to me. I'm gonna revisit this piece of entertainment again sometime very soon, and repeatedly and over. That would be the sort of piece of entertainment you would keep for 20 years, right? But instead, I've just kept it anyway. It really doesn't fall into any of those categories and doesn't fit that criteria. So Congo, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go. And now there's a cricket that started up here. Again, I think one of the themes I've noticed from doing these videos outdoors is that some of the animals that you would expect them to do certain things at certain times, they don't care. The rooster from the previous videos that I did was crowing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And this cricket here we are basically midday. I think it's 1 o'clock right now. And this cricket is chirping away like it's the middle of the night. I don't know. I'm not a botanist either, or a biologist. Botanist? I'm not a biologist either.